So, I don't do these kinds of videos, and may never do one again like this, but this is big news. Don't worry, I'm not going to be a bee. Instead, today, or tonight, or whenever this is going up, I'll be speaking on the new killer for Dead by Daylight that will be coming to the game, Jason Voorhees. While yes, I am aware many people don't come here for Dead by Daylight, actually, many people come for Minecraft as it was kickstarted this channel, at least in terms of actually building a community. But as a Dead by Daylight player, I play it a lot off camera as well as the few times I played on camera. And being as this is something players have wanted for a long time, as well as me, I feel this is the perfect time to do a video like this. First off, the long-awaited arrival of the Big J has been anticipated from the very beginning. In fact, the first mention of the possibility of Jason coming to the game was all the way back in 2016, with many fans and gaming articles such as Wired claiming that Matthew Cote had Trapper be designed in a way that paid homage to Jason. Similar comparisons can also be seen with Hillbilly and Leatherface, the killer who eventually did arrive. Over time, mentions of the developer's wish for the iconic killer Jason being in the game built up with more and more fan speculation occurring, implanting the idea of, hey, maybe Jason is coming to the game next. However, something dark and devious was brewing in the background. Copyright law. Yes, the reason he wasn't introduced sooner was because of copyright law. Big surprise. Friday the 13th, the game, which had been a relatively long-standing game that cemented Jason into the gaming atmosphere as well as the multiplayer genre atmosphere. There have been other iterations such as the 1989 NES game, Friday the 13th. None amounted to the success of the title Friday the 13th, the game, released in 2017. This highly popular game was in what can only be described as a multi-year crippling copyright lawsuit that legally split the character of Jason in half and eventually led to the game being shut down as of December 31st, 2024, with the removal of its existence from all digital storefronts occurring exactly a year before that in December 31st, 2023. All of this amounted to the impossibility for any studio to safely license him. The courts, in September of 2018, awarded the screenwriter of the original 1980 Friday the 13th film, Victor Miller, the domestic rights to the original script, which included the name Jason Voorhees, Jason's mother, Pamela, the name Friday the 13th as it relates to the original film, and the Camp Crystal Lake setting, meaning most likely we won't be getting a Crystal Lake map with the killer, which is most likely a disappointment to fans of Jason and the movie that birthed him. I know I'm a little upset, but time will tell if we do eventually get it or not. This was really a legal nightmare for both parties. Miller didn't get adult Jason as we know him. The courts declined to hand over the rights to the monstrous and unstoppable, though killer version of Jason. The producers actually retained these rights because that was the version that was developed in the sequels. Miller also didn't receive the signature loadout of Jason, that being his iconic machete and hockey mask, as these were introduced in Friday the 13th, Part 3. The producing team, however, did receive the rights to all of what Miller did not, including anything introduced in further sequels. Since the IP was so battered and beaten, Behavior Interactive couldn't just sign a contract like they did with other killers and survivors, like Michael Myers, or Leatherface, or Ash Williams, or Bill. Sure. It was a hellhole for the developers to try to navigate. If they bought the rights from Cunningham, from the producer's side of the legal dispute, they couldn't legally use the name Jason Voorhees or Crystal Lake, And if they bought from Miller, then they couldn't use the hockey-masked Jason that everyone would want. This solved the legal deadlock the two parties were in, as while they were in it, no future movies or collaborations could be made without them working together. Which you've gotta understand, they hated each other. Seriously. This legal battle went on from 2016 to 2021, and this Jason Universe fix was only introduced in 2024. The opposing parties finally put aside their animosities for each other and formed the legal umbrella of the Jason Universe. As Mark Zuckerberg metaverse as this shit sounds, it is really just another way of saying that the two merged their legal ownerships together to legally unify the two pieces of copyright, which created a single entity. No, not the entity, but an entity that could finally license the adult hockey mask Jason out to other projects such as Dead by Daylight, which explains why you may have seen Jason in previous games like Fortnite and Call of Duty, just to name a few. Behavior Interactive went with a very unique approach to marketing Jason's introduction, with leaving little riddles and teasers for the player base to solve to put the pieces together, as well as posting a live stream. The stream featured a lone cabin in the woods with the occasional sound effect, a car arriving and a family exiting, crows cawing, and other such events. This live stream also garnered a lot of controversy. Many people just wanted to see the killer release. Many people were upset, hey, why do we have to stare at this damn cabin in the middle of the woods for 13 hours? Which they didn't have the prior knowledge that it was 13 hours. They just, why are we looking at a cabin for so long? This lasted for 13 hours straight, which was very clever on Behavior's half. And on the 13th hour, Jason was revealed. Finally, after years of anticipation, Jason was finally revealed to release on June 16th of 2026 to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the game Dead by Daylight, which I believe is the best celebration so far. It's maybe a shorter video than the usual, but this is a new format for me, and is in fact the first scripted video. Special thanks to me for writing the script, also a huge thanks for me who edited the video, and you can't forget the big round of applause for me who did the research for this video, and me who voiced it. Thanks for watching. You're still not getting an outro.